On tonight's podcast, does heroin get incels laid? Will the butcher find fresh meat? Is Gamer Thumb the genital warts of our time? Who does the chili recipe die with? Nick grapples with Titanfall 2, and Josh remembers how to ride a bike. Do a group of swingers make a mess? Who gets snapped?
And this is Nick, and I am surrounded by malcontents.
I'm Andy, and my boys have no tails. They just come forward.
I'm Josh, and the deep state keeps blocking my Instagram.
Hold on to your butts, because here comes another week of the Balcony Time podcast.
Dun dun dun.
So I have the next 2 days off, which means I will be spending the next 48 hours liberating the people of Montana from the evil cultists of the Project at Eden's Gate.
You getting rid of the Mormons?
No, the project. They're much more dangerous than Mormons.
Yes.
This
They're
is why
Peggies.
we should have just sold
They're
Montana.
They're
to
damn
Canada.
dirty Peggies.
So are they just like Mormons with motorcycles, or?
They're Mormons with they're not even They're not nice.
They have ATVs.
Oh,
They're not nice at all.
they're
They
less
got guns.
nice.
They tattoo people against their will,
That's true.
and then strip off their flesh. It's
Seems
pretty brutal.
counterproductive.
They're aggressive.
No, it's a
aggressive.
form of atonement.
But they tattoo you and then take your flesh.
Yes.
Well, after you've atoned for the sin they tattooed you with.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're removing the sin.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
like they have to mark you with it.
Gotcha.
Then you have to atone
What
for
if your
it.
sin was getting a tattoo?
It's not a sin.
Ooh,
in this religion.
then they just remove it. I
They're-
mean, the sin's
Yeah.
done.
They're not Mormons like that.
Okay.
all pages.
Did we clarify
for
this
the
is a
Flesh
video
Bible.
game yet?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Far Cry
Yeah.
5.
I just beat John's region, and
Yeah.
that was a trip. His bunker
Yeah.
with all the people crucified in crazy manners.
It's so good.
I don't normally like single-player games like that,
Mm-hmm.
but the story just hooked me. Like, every time I log into that game, I'm just like, we got to go get these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We've got to kill them, and kill them good.
They do a really good job of making you hate the bad guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking psychopaths.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked Faith. I thought she was.
I haven't met her yet. That's where I'm going next.
She was
and-
just hot, Josh.
Yeah, she's hot, dude. Like, and hot crazy. Hot crazy is in my wheelhouse, for sure.
I mean,
Word.
without giving anything away.
Yeah.
Of course, because Andrew hasn't finished playing.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
She's the next region.
Mhm.
I got a region
so
per
So
day.
you are doing them in order then?
I don't know what the order is
You're
necessarily.
supposed to do John, Faith, and then the third brother.
That's pretty much where I'm
Okay.
going. Yeah.
Liberating an entire region per day is a big task, man.
Yeah, dude. You got to do the extras. You're not. Are you
Oh.
fishing and
He
hunting?
is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're doing it.
I mean,
That's how you get the perks. Got to
Yeah.
get the perks.
Mm-hmm.
Perks make you stronger. When you get stronger, you kill more Peggies.
I
true.
can't believe you haven't gotten Peaches yet. I think she is. I think Peaches is.
She's up at the
same-
taxidermy place,
Yeah,
right?
in the
yeah,
same
she's
region.
way up north from where I am.
Over in Faith's area, like the
North part of
east.
Faith.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't worry. Once you get Peaches, because you're trying to do a stealth run, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Boomer's been pretty good.
Boomer's okay.
Boomer's good. I mean, the guns when you need them is nice. Although I did find myself using like the same loadout always. When there were upgrades available, I would upgrade.
Wait, Boomer carries
Laterally.
guns for you?
He will deliver guns to you.
Did not know that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yeah, and he does it automatically. It's not like you can tag guns, but he does it automatically.
Okay.
Having
Yeah.
a couple of the people for the flyovers can be helpful too.
I pretty much carry a rocket launcher with me at all times.
Seems smart.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I just want
I
to.
thought you said you were doing a stealth
Well,
run.
so that's just if the planes ever show up. Like the planes and the helicopters will show up.
Nobody can pull an alarm if they're all exploded.
No, when I go in
Stealth.
and like liberate the front, it's all arrows and throwing knives, and the takedowns are a lot of fun.
I mean, stealth run with a rocket launcher. That's how America does it.
That's-
So,
That's right.
You got to
That's how
take down
Daddy
the
did
planes.
Yeah.
You got to take down the planes somehow.
I went full like America Cowboy
Yeah.
in my playthrough. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
Because there's a lot of shit to blow up in that game.
Fuck yeah, there is.
See,
There is a lot of
America's
shit to blow up.
version of stealth is to pay some small rebel group with rocket launchers to take out their target.
Word.
Word. That's how you do American stealth.
That's where Peaches comes in. So yeah,
I'm looking forward to beating that game.
For sure.
And I'm looking forward to beating
Is
it
Far
on
Cry
hard.
5 like the other ones that you earn more XP for stealthing bases than
Yeah.
you do going loud.
Mm,
Yeah, you get money.
Yeah.
For the undetected bonus, which is
Mhm.
cool.
Would wish they would put in a comparable loud bonus so you don't feel forced.
called in
I mean,
all the Peggies.
You get the XP.
But you get more
Yeah.
if you stealth it.
No, you don't get more XP. You just get more rewards.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
money.
well you get rewarded more if you stealth it. I'm just saying it'd be nice to not always feel like I had to stealth.
Well, so if
Sure.
you do the loud version, you're going to get more XP, less money. If you do the stealth version, you're going to get more money, less XP. There's a trade-off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not how the previous ones were. You just
Okay.
got more benefits for stealthing things.
I haven't noticed an XP system beyond the perks.
Every Peggy you kill gives you XP.
Oh,
Yeah, you gain levels.
I did not realize I was gaining levels.
Yeah.
All right.
See, learning something new every day.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of systems. It doesn't feel like it because you don't have to dedicate yourself to every single one.
I had to beat almost the entire first region before I really realized how the consumables work.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize I could be making those the whole time. And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
that Super Hunter one that's just OP.
Yeah.
I just ignored the consumables until like the last 10% of my playthrough of my first one.
It really, honestly, it really does warrant another playthrough.
Oh yeah, so I've beaten it twice, and then I've played around quite a bit in a third playthrough, but I didn't focus on story or anything. I was just doing the extras, killing Peggies.
Now, I had today off and finally got to play some more Borderlands 3 because I was only like 2 hours into it the other day, and then I hung out with my beautiful, wonderful girlfriend. But then I got to play video games, yay! And oh my god, the fucking dialogue in that game is intense. It
Yeah.
makes me laugh
Have
every
some
time I kill a
really
guy.
comedic writers.
My chili recipe dies with me. Like, it really gives you
Poor
hope
Kevin.
for having a last. I really want my last words to stack up to something like that.
Do you guys have a favorite video game quote?
Favorite in what regard? What category?
Favorite all time.
No, it's too broad.
I have one.
Okay.
Easy. Yeah. Colin and I were in the middle of playing Gears of War 2, going, because it's perfect. So they have some context sensitive stuff, like when you're in combat, what the characters will say to each other. Well, Colin and I are bunkered up on day 1, which is one of the maps we were playing on Horde mode, our favorite, and we're bunkered up in a little spot that's really hard for all the enemies to get to. Really easy to kind of control, especially when you're playing it on Insane, which is the hardest difficulty. Well, it's a cover-based shooter, so there's a lot of up and down, and you got to make sure you're not shooting your friend in the back and that kind of stuff. Well, Colin pops up out of cover at the same time I do, and we're firing at the same thing. And he happens to be in my line of fire. I start shooting his back, and I'm playing Marcus Phoenix, and Marcus goes, "Would you get the fuck out of the way, please?" Just
Yeah. In that gravelly voice.
lost it.
Yeah.
Lost it. Because,
I was
man,
there
it,
for that.
uh,
It
it,
was
it conveyed
hilarious.
perfectly how I felt.
It's me in the game.
To
So-
this day, I don't know why it sticks with me, but there was that old computer game Deadlock where when a soldier died,
yeah.
every once in a while they'd say, "Ow,
Ow,
my
my
clavicle." And as a child, I had no idea what a clavicle
Yeah.
was. I thought it was just some made up thing. So it was like, of all the things to shout out that you got hurt,
That was a damn good RTS. Well,
it was solid.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It didn't reinvent the wheel, but yeah.
No, it was more complex than most of the RTSs I was playing at the time.
I think probably the most affecting quote ever was the butcher's "Aw, fresh meat."
Ooh, that's a good
Just kinda
one.
like, "Oh, fresh meat." And you're
That-
like, I'm
yeah.
8. And that woman's ripped in half, and this thing's coming at me.
I knew there was, because you had shown me the Butcher before I'd started playing Diablo.
Yeah.
Specifically, you made a new run so you could show me the Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
I avoided his boss room in every
It's
playthrough until I
Afraid
was
of
like
it.
15. Yeah, dude.
They did it perfectly
Yeah.
because you're in these cathedrals, and everything looks like a basement of a church, and it's
Yeah.
creepy. And there's monsters, and there's sarcophagi, and
The
barrels.
music.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's creepy, right? But then you come to this room that's just a big square, and the floor is knee deep in gore and viscera, and there's half ripped up like corpses on the walls, and there's a single light in the room that you know means there's an elite monster in there, and there's a door, and you're just like, I don't want to open that door.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there. I don't like it. And then when you do, your ears get blasted with this demon voice. Oh man, that stuck with me for a long time.
Diablo 1 did atmosphere right. And that's why I know Diablo 2 is everybody's favorite. But Diablo 1, I think, wins because the atmosphere is what won me over, not necessarily the game. I loved the game for what it was. And I liked Diablo 2, but I actually never finished. I finished original Diablo 2 before...
Throwing a ball.
Yes. Yeah.
Lord of Destruction.
Yeah. Order of Destruction, yeah. But Diablo 1, I played multiple times through before Hellfire came out. And when Hellfire came out, played again multiple playthroughs.
Yeah.
Diablo
We were
3 was
talking
fine.
about StarCraft recently.
Diablo 3.
Yeah, I've been doing my finger exercises.
Oh, yeah? What's
Yeah.
your-
Double click,
get
finger your mom.
APM
Yeah.
too?
Gotta.
Make sure you're well lubricated.
That's right.
Yeah, your hands.
You guys know about Gamer Thumb?
What?
It's an
So,
attachment that you can
There is
get. It's a
a
surgical procedure.
yeah, you get an extra thumb.
It's risky.
No, there's a
Totally
common
worth it.
repetitive strain injury. People get in their hands almost entirely if they play games a lot because it's that kind of motion, and it just has to do with your thumb. There's videos on it, like how to stretch out your hands so that doesn't happen. But the doctors say, like, yeah, we almost entirely only see this in people who play a lot of video games. So
what
I think it's
happens?
the analog stick. It's just a repetitive strain injury, in those muscles.
Doesn't
But
swell.
they
or-
call it. I don't know exactly.
Well, you're not playing Mario Party, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I think I might know what you're talking about because my right thumb in particular will... I don't lose feeling in it, but it's really hard to use sometimes. Like, it really stiffens up.
Oh, that's lupus.
Oh, well, okay. Got that figured out.
Yeah, you look up Gamer Thumb. It's kind of funny. So Borderlands 3 and Far Cry 5.
Red Dead 2 comes to the PC
Games
in
with
November.
numbers.
Yeah.
They all have numbers anymore.
Yeah,
There's
right.
no new games.
That's not true.
What's the last new game you played? It was
Oh.
Overwatch.
No.
Yeah, it was Overwatch. Yeah.
Queen's Wish by Spiderweb Software.
Yeah, you play everything.
I do.
You play everything for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds
I
is
just want
coming out
novel
soon.
stuff.
That's a new game.
I don't know how I feel about Outer Worlds, man.
It's Epic Games, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's from the original
Oh, the creators of BioShock, right?
and Fallout New Vegas and
I hope the game's good.
It's gonna be good.
Not going to play it until it's out of Epic because I'm an asshole like that.
Is it an Epic Store exclusive?
I'm talking on my ass here. I think it's a 1-year Epic Store exclusive, but that might have been Borderlands 3 I'm thinking of.
Could be. I'll look it up.
Yeah. It'll look neat.
Or Outer Planets, something like that.
Fallout New Vegas.
What kind of game is
was
it?
Amazing. It's kind of, I mean, we could watch a trailer later.
First person sci-fi
It's a
RPG.
little Borderlandsy, little Falloutsy.
So it is an
In a
Epic
new
Game Store
universe?
exclusive for the first year.
It's
Yep.
space Fallout.
Pretty much. With
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I didn't play enough of New Vegas to be a critic.
New Vegas was probably the best.
I really wish
That's
they
what I
would
hear.
just
That's what I hear.
remaster it.
I didn't
They should
own
just
it.
Remaster it and put it and bring it to the new
Which one?
New Vegas.
It was between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
Oh, the soundtrack, just the building, how you could customize your weapons and take them apart, and it was
That interests me. There's no base building in that. That came out
No,
in
there-
Fallout 4, right?
yeah. I would really. That's why I want them to remaster it because I can get all the base building.
See, I
stuff
don't want
love.
the base building.
Oh,
Fuck base building.
I love base
I
building.
fucking hate base building in games. Like, almost all of them.
I like it.
It's a good time.
As long as it doesn't suck. The Fallout 4 base building, from what I remember,
Was
the
a little weak sauce.
developers had free time to work on what they wanted towards
Mm-hmm.
the latter half of development. And one single developer for Fallout whipped that up as like a proof of concept of like, oh, we could add base building to Fallout. And they liked it enough to put it in the game. So that's why it was kind of bare bonesy, janky.
Definitely could have been stronger.
And then they tried to like make it better for Fallout Vomit Edition or whatever the newest one's called.
76.
Yeah. People still play that game.
Nope.
Well,
Like one guy does.
Yeah, it's about as many people as play that other. What was the EA game? The one where you're in the mech suit.
Oh,
Vanquish?
No, the mech game.
Oh, the
Not
one
mech,
that's so
but-
bland I can't remember. Yeah,
Mechfall.
Earthfall.
Earthfall.
Yeah.
You're not talking about Titanfall?
No, that because that's fucking fantastic.
Abandoned Arbiter.
Anthem.
I knew it started with
Oh.
an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was.
I
It's
played
not a good game.
I played the
No,
alpha.
it's just a money thing.
Well, it's so the core gameplay mechanics are fine.
Okay.
And nothing to write home about. The flying controls are a little bit awkward. That was my biggest complaint in the alpha. I did a few missions. They're fine. Again, nothing to write home about. Just it was such a milquetoast experience with amazing visuals. But from what I understand, there's just not much depth. You can clear most of the content in a day or two, and it's supposed to be like a large scale, almost MMO
It's supposed to be
style
like Destiny.
mission based. Yeah. And it even fell short of Destiny.
They put just enough work into it to call it a game and released it in the hopes of making a lot of money.
Yeah.
With
And it went
It's a
through.
shame. I always
premium
want
stuff.
mech games to be good.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a mech game. It's like a power suit game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Tiny Mech.
EA's right in the title there.
Yeah.
So, of course, it was a piece of shit money sponge
I haven't
game.
given them my money in a long time.
Yeah. It was disappointing that but it's a BioWare title. You would think that there
BioWare's
would
gone downhill too.
True. And it did go through like a massive development hell. Like I'm pretty sure they had to basically start the game over like twice.
I imagine that every EA development is just to the level of Dante's Inferno, but
Yeah.
not funny and I don't know,
Witty,
charming.
Right.
coy.
Yeah.
No Italian charm there.
It's like if Office Space was a horror movie.
Oh, God.
I'd like to see that like trailer
There's
cut.
two demons in the window and they're fucking.
With my stapler.
My stapler.
uh,
Stoplar is the one who combines. He's a demon on level 47.
yes.
Yeah.
So I said it earlier, but we talked about something else. Red Dead 2 coming to PC.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys gonna pick that up?
I'll play it.
I guess you won't, Josh.
No, I already played it on the console.
Yeah.
I've already beat it twice and was thinking about playing it a third time because
Is that good, huh?
Rockstar has replayability, bro.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
the first
All of
one
their
was really
games.
fun
I'll play it the way it was always meant to be played in the first place.
on the PC.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Ever since
I'll wait until
GTA
it's on
3,
Steam, though.
I've never gotten more than halfway through a Rockstar game.
Yeah.
I played Red Dead until I got to the first really big town, and there was a stupid mission. It was stupid. It's like, I'm wasting my time. I'm done. I don't know. Just
They're
didn't
always
hold me.
super fun until they aren't.
Yeah.
San Andreas.
San Andreas, I spent all that time getting all the territory, and then they railroad you and take it away from you.
Yep.
And that's like lesson one as a dungeon master in D&Ds. Don't do that to your players. I
San Andreas is still touted as
immediately
one of
turned it off, and I never touched it again.
that game is a fan favorite, dude.
Yeah.
I think
It's
5
one-
took the crown, but
5 just recently bumped San Andreas for me, but up until recently, San Andreas is absolutely
loved it.
my
Yeah.
favorite Grand Theft Auto game. But I remember, when I lost all that gang territory that I painstakingly
Mhm.
earned, that was like the first real big disappointment in gaming that hit me.
that was your first?
You never had a corrupt PlayStation memory
Yeah.
card.
It was like PS2 was my first PlayStation. So
Okay,
eventually that happened. But that was my first real where I was like, why? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do these people not remember their gang leader from a month ago?
Well, they have a new gang leader.
Even if there was like an in-game diegetic reason for them to do it, they should have alluded to the player that something like that might be happening. Give
Yeah.
me some foreshadowing so I don't spend 15-ish, 20 hours wasting my time, right?
But no. Fuck you.
No. All
my
they had to
territory now.
do was catch the train,
Yeah.
CJ.
Come on, CJ.
Fucking Sam Jackson, though, right?
I did play Ballad of Gay Tony and the other one, the two
Mhm.
little DLCs for I think it was GTA
That was
4.
4, yeah.
I enjoyed those because they were short and they had a nice little story to them.
I liked 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4 was fun.
I didn't play enough of 4. I played the Ballad of Gay
I
Tony.
think I got about halfway through it.
I got about halfway. I got to. I'm just now realizing. So I got to one of the last missions in 4, and then I stopped. And then I installed the Ballad of Gay Tony when it came out, played a little bit, and then I stopped. GTA 5. I was literally on like the last mission of GTA 5 when I dropped it. And it's not like I wasn't enjoying myself. It's not like I quit. I just like had to go to work one day and then I never picked it up again. Yeah.
Well, that happens. That happens.
Yeah. Maybe another game came out. I don't remember what happened. I think Titanfall came out.
Oh.
Yeah. That kind of consumed me for a while.
Well, I mean, it has mechs. What are you going to do?
I had good mechs too.
Really, probably the best arcadey implementation of mechs that I've ever played.
And ninja movement.
Yeah. How much of the first Titanfall did you play?
I got online and was playing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a blast.
Until I wasn't. Yeah, no, it was a really fun game. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well, the second
Stopped
one
console
came out.
gaming, I guess.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
The second one came out, and I didn't care for the multiplayer as much as I did in the first one. I think they went a little too adventurous with the new mechanics and stuff like that. But the single player, the campaign was just fucking awesome. And they did introduce mechanics into that were great.
The core mechanics of Titanfall 2 allowed for experienced players to be a lot better than other players compared to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It very quickly became the case in Titanfall 2 that I couldn't play multiplayer because I would get bodied every round.
Totally.
I never got the grappling mechanic down, and if you can't do that, then you're really not playing Titanfall 2.
I didn't think the grappling mechanic was A, very good, B, very fun.
Man. The fun's subjective, but everybody who's anything in Titanfall 2 is grapple master.
Yeah.
Watching Adam play that game, I was like, what planet are you from?
It just felt very unintuitive to me.
Yeah.
That's all.
Borderlands 3 makes a joke about, so you have to like set ship off all the cargo containers into space, and like, oh, well, there went the grapple guns and something else and all the left-handed guns. Sorry, guys. The grapplers, the jetpacks, and all the left-handed guns.
That's great.
Oh, we've got two lefties here. You guys be fucked.
No, we'll just use like a Starog, something switchable.
That's all right. I'll just use I'll just use it in my right hand and turn it sideways. It'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. Glock
like
it.
Gangster or anti-gangster? Which way?
Gangster.
Okay. With the hard R.
Always go full gangster. Yeah.
Always go full gangster.
For sure.
What's the...
It's like a Tommy suit and a violin case. Is that what that is?
No.
The gangster with the hard R?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Thinking it was like wise guy gangster.
I didn't know there was a
Doesn't
difference.
Widdershins mean counterclockwise?
Does it? I don't know
I think it does.
I've never heard that word.
I'm still not sure what you said.
Widdershins.
I don't know.
A German word?
You
No, I think
do
it's
words
like
for a living.
Stupid British thing.
Hmm.
You know when they like talk about
she's
guns,
a
they
Widdershins.
say roidy-toity, point and shooty. That's what they call guns.
Yeah, we won that war.
True.
True.
We don't need to talk like that.
Speaking of
anymore.
war, I want to tell everyone for a few minutes about Stuxnet. It's old news, but I
What's
came across it recently. It's just an amazing story. So one day in, I don't remember what country this is, Middle East, they're enriching uranium in their uranium enrichment processes, and the machines start failing. They couldn't figure it out. And a little while later, seemingly unrelated, in some other country, they detect some malicious files in their computer. And this leads back and connects together to this pretty amazing story that is worth a read. I think Wired has an article on it that I read a long time ago. But likely it was the American and the Israel government combined created Stuxnet, which was this virus. And as far as I remember, they put it on USB drives, and they left them in new packaging in parking lots, just everywhere, like Fred Meyer's, Walmart, in other countries, right? And this virus was so well hidden that no one had any way to even remotely possibly find it. So people would pick up these free USB drives. Oh, someone lost a USB drive, plug it in at home, and it silently connects to the machine, right? And just waits for a way to get out. And it connects to another machine and starts spreading throughout the world and does nothing. It's just spreading for I think it was probably months, if not close to years, right? The whole thing this virus did is it waited until it recognized that it was in a computer attached to a uranium enrichment processing machine. And when it increase the RPMs of the centrifuge spinning the uranium slightly too much, so it would compress too much and not work.
Yeah, I remember that centrifuge hack when it hit the headlines.
It was
It was in
first
Iran, wasn't
real. Might have been. I don't remember. But it was the first real big, crazy digital virus that likely, if you've got an old PC sitting in your house somewhere, Stuxnet's probably on it. And it's just sitting there doing nothing and waiting. It's totally bizarre.
That's
but,
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A genius way to go about it.
for sure. Now, what I find just insane is that like a uranium enriching facility would Andrew.
Sorry, I'm stuck in my jacket.
Yeah. A uranium enriching facility would have
You're free.
their most crucial equipment connected to the internet at all.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly what year this is, but this is like 10 plus years ago.
Sure.
So it was
I
a
remember it
little
being in the
different.
headlines like within the last 2 years.
Was it? I think it's longer than that. I don't know.
I don't know when the actual event
We'll
happened.
say 5 years. That sounds like a good thing. But
Sure.
yeah, it's bizarre.
Future scary, y'all.
Yeah.
The realization that having it connected to an open network at all should have occurred at the advent of the internet.
It might not have been open. Maybe they had to transfer data somehow from one machine to another, or they did. I don't know.
don't
But
feel
you could do that with an intranet.
I don't feel the internet needs to be involved at all for people to be lackluster about the defense of their security
Sure.
or national secrets. I think on a John Oliver show, they talked about how a door to one of our missile silos was propped open.
Yeah.
For pizza delivery, right?
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So the internet certainly makes it easier to get in, I guess. You don't need a brick holding the door open necessarily, but... Yeah, no, I mean, air gap that shit, I suppose.
But we still didn't get into Area 51.
Well, I mean, got close.
Nobody
Yeah.
left a brick for the pizza guy.
yeah, that's all it'd taken. If they just showed up with pizzas for the guards at the gate.
Yeah.
That's how you get in.
Hey, you mind
Pizza
leaving that door
delivery
open?
for Icy Wiener.
Oh man, he's down on the 51st floor. Shit. Gonna come on through. So Josh, before the podcast, we were kind of talking about. Well, why don't you start it off?
Well, like, yeah, if you could wind up in a fictional world of your choice, both as maybe as yourself, which one would you choose if you could blend in and have the powers of the world, or pick your powers, and which one would you not want to go to as just yourself? I wrote down a couple of choices here. I feel like Wonderland is awful if it's just me, but if I can have some powers of the place and be like that caterpillar or the Cheshire cat, that's going to be pretty cool. Cheshire Josh
Oh.
Yeah.
creeping in.
Just doing
Hey,
mushrooms
you're
all the
lost
time.
out in the fucking woods.
So you said Wonderland,
Suck.
and my mind went Neverland Ranch, and I was like, "Whoa, yeah, dude,
Yeah, you definitely want some powers there.
yeah, for sure."
He's going to teach me to moonwalk.
I think that any
Yeah.
modern day superhero universe would be terrible as a normal human because it would be just like now, except you might get killed by a monster or supervillain.
I decided the best one to go into is just me would be Star Trek. Because I could at least get a job as a space janitor. They would treat me correctly.
Yeah,
It's just a
You know,
utopia,
I mean,
yeah. Any utopia wouldn't. I don't know. There's problems with utopias, maybe.
I would
They get boring.
go to the Elm Street universe and make a killing selling cocaine.
Oh, shit.
So people don't go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
But then what if you
you
get
have-
targeted?
you have to
What?
sleep.
And then you have to sleep at some point.
That'll be. I guess you got to dip in your own stash at that point.
Yeah.
So there's a good excuse to dip in your own huge.
So you get
stash of
really
cocaine.
rich before you get killed by Freddy.
Yeah, right. That's you
Grip
have
it.
like,
Big fun for a while.
Grip it and rip it, baby.
yeah, dude, you've
I
got
feel
like 5 days in
he
Vegas.
would be out of it because his parents didn't help burn Freddy
That's
for
true.
molesting him.
Yeah, I just dropped into this
Mm.
universe,
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
and then if I could get the powers of that universe, then I'd go in and I'd fuck up Freddy and I don't know, I'd do cool
Would
shit.
you
in
fuck up
dreams.
Freddy?
I don't know. Probably not. That dude's scary as hell.
I imagine.
bitch.
Yeah.
Imagine old. I don't know enough about the extended universe, but nice old Republic era before things started getting shitty. That version of Star Wars might be pretty nice. Got a whole galactic republic that isn't evil Nazi boot stomping.
That might not be too bad.
You know, Plus, you get
I would go to the Aqua Teen Hunger universe and try to eat them all. See what happens.
Something weird would happen.
It's called food
They'd
poisoning.
probably shoot you.
I mean, yeah, like Frylock is like a.
No, I get
Warlock.
Carl on my side. We go over there and have lunch.
Just call me Smith Jones or something.
Just bring me a Diet Coke. I'll be okay.
Best universe.
Adventure Time universe would be pretty awful to be in if you weren't like the rest of them. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
really. It'd be a scary
You'd probably
place. and then
immediately
you'd
die.
Well,
the
I
amount
mean,
of cartoon
yeah.
violence that goes on.
Finn's just a boy.
Yeah, but he's a Land of Ooh boy. If I showed
No,
up there
he's
as my,
a human boy.
but he's like a cartoon boy. I'm saying if I showed up there as like a,
Yeah.
a flesh and blood, and
Sure.
they're like, "Oh, laser sword attack," and I'm like, "Oh, my spleen." That doesn't come back with magic.
You just die of frostbite trying to get to the Ice King. Like,
Normal ass human
Yeah.
problems.
I mean,
Oh,
any Disney universe would be. I mean, it's a mixed bag. You have to watch one of your parents die, but you find love at the end.
That's
so. I mean,
yeah, okay.
have to face down a villain with some gloves. I mean,
Well, I mean, your parents dying and finding love kind of usually happens in real life, except for me.
Yeah, but it's true love.
yeah.
Copyright Disney.
Oh,
And
I
then-
true love myself.
plus,
all
the
time.
woodland animals would talk to you.
You
Though
have
I
to-
don't.
you
I
have
don't-
to be a princess.
I don't want
for
to talk to
that.
squirrels, man. Fuck squirrels. What
Now,
do they have to
okay. Gender bending aside, just assuming you can go to Disney universe, right? And you get to have the animals talk to you and everything goes right and you have the little story.
I want to be
But
Jafar.
you have to be a princess. So not necessarily like
Jasmine. I wanna
not
be
only
Jasmine.
I mean, it's not a big
She's
deal
awesome.
dressing up as a princess, but like everyone's gonna treat you like a princess. Like, could you handle that?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
dude.
I've never
If
been
you wanna
treated
start
like-
treating me like a princess
you wouldn't
now,
be
that's
allowed
cool.
to do so many things. They're kept half the time in Disney movies. They're put in a fucking tower for 1,000 years to keep them safe.
They're royalty, man. You can do whatever you want.
You really want to like?
You just
live-
got to game it right.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be by myself.
I'm the princess,
in
bitch.
this-
Let me
Honestly,
through.
dude, if I was Rapunzel, I'd choke myself to death with my hair.
I'd let myself down.
She might be into that.
Right? Yeah. No,
Well,
just-
that's true.
Develop
just
some
like
weird kinks
tie-
living by yourself.
That's true.
Tie the end of your hair and then
And
bring some
fucking
scissors or something.
rappel down.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Well,
dude.
also there may be nothing to tether yourself to.
She has a bed, right?
Oh no, I'm living in a castle by myself. Awful.
That's like, where's the
Yeah,
where's the problem?
that's true.
Uh,
I live in a dark man cave by myself.
Right?
and
is there
I've-
good
I love
Wi-Fi
it.
there? As long as,
Yeah.
as long,
Dude, I don't use Wi-Fi. Get out of here. That's hard connection on nothing.
You know, cataclysmic things aside, the Guardians of the Galaxy universe is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They had some cool
Right?
planets and whatnot.
Well,
was also-
they have Earth. We are in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe.
well, you don't have to be on that planet.
Probably
Okay.
find somewhere to fit in well in Futurama.
So much bad
Yeah.
shit happens on Earth in the MC universe. I wouldn't ever know.
True.
There's that first planet they go to in the first movie that looked like a fucking happy Coruscant. Like, I'll live there.
Josh,
Nova Prime.
hand me one of those coins.
One of these here.
Yeah.
Coins.
Heads, I got snapped.
Alright.
Fuck.
I already got snapped. I got snapped on Reddit. I got snapped years ago.
I did too. Take it.
Did you get snapped?
Let's find out if you got snapped.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now.
Do it.
Okay. I know.
Uh,
I
Son of a
collapsed that
bitch.
waveform. The audience must think this is riveting.
I got
I know,
tails.
right?
Oh, so you did not get
You,
snapped.
you made it.
You're still
you made
here.
it. I feel like I'm gonna make it.
Yeah?
I feel.
Josh
like
and
I'm
I
gonna
will
make it.
rebuild. We'll live as two kings.
I also made it.
Hey, go fuck.
High five it.
Hey, go fuck.
That's supposed to be oh fuck.
You both
but
made it. You're so excited.
You should bang each
Yeah,
other.
well, I won a bike last week, so I
You
mean,
want a bike?
yeah. So
now you
you-
get to continue writing it.
now I get to continue writing it. So I play trivia a lot, and our team wins a
Yeah,
lot.
uh-huh.
Well, they
Oh,
had
yeah.
this big drawing where I won a Jim Beam beach cruiser, and so
Really?
I got drunk and rode that shit home. It was great.
Yeah. You rode that shit home
They
to like
did not-
3 minutes to your house.
They did not supply me with a helmet, which
Ah.
I felt was
That means you don't have to wear one.
negligible on their part,
Yeah, that's
seeing
what you
how
tell the
they
police.
supplied me with the beer. But that's okay.
Well, did you pay for the beer?
I did
Well, yeah.
most of it.
You okay? Oh, mooch. So you won the bike. Have you been riding it?
I have ridden it a total of 3 times.
Yeah.
Is it still all working?
It is still working, but it was a bit of an experience because it's like riding a bike. It does not actually pertain to riding a bike.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
no,
does.
that's the whole point.
It's
It took a full. I had to full stop on that thing for a second. There, I was like, "How the
isn't it a single
Oh.
speed bike? It's a beach
yeah?"
cruiser.
I know, but I still dude. I lost body mechanics.
So it's a beach cruiser. Does it have the fat tires?
Does
Dope.
yeah,
That's-
and a big old fat ass seat for my big old fat ass.
Those things look so cool, but also they're terrible bikes.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, you go uphill and you're like, man, I wish I could switch gears.
right
Yeah.
flat ground.
Everyone
I rode a
else is-
single speed gear or a single speed bike for a long time, and I love that thing. It was cool.
Here though,
Oh yeah,
fuck that.
I rode it here. I'd fucking crank that shit
terrible.
up Jackson,
Yeah,
all the way up Jackson.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I was in great shape.
That's like a 3% grade at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in really good shape.
300% grade.
Yes.
Turn around 360 degrees and walk away.
That's right.
It's called moonwalking.
Yeah, you would often like zigzag up those big hills to try and
Yeah.
make it not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I mean, I used to bike over to yours and Colin's place.
Yeah.
You know, but that sucked. Like
What I would do is just get as much speed as possible before that massive hill, coast
Yeah.
as far as I can until a bike comes to stop and get off and walk the rest of the way.
There was one time that I was with somebody, and they had to walk. I don't remember who I was with.
Yeah, we went
I don't
there
think
a
it was
lot.
one of you. I don't remember.
Hmm.
At any rate, single speed bikes are dumb.
I love them.
Now, there's a
Bicycling's-
difference between a
bicycling's
single speed and a
weird.
fixed gear bike, right?
No, I don't think so.
Fixie isn't this?
No, it's same thing.
Google that on the break.
What are you guys whispering about over there?
They're talking about PP.
I
and
can't
poo-poo.
say that
What?
without a whole world of people hating me.
Okay.
Like half the
Oh.
world
We'll
hating
leave that
me.
out.
It was, yeah, at least half, 50%.
Really?
But
Is
it
that
was
bad?
funny. I had to say it.
Oh, damn.
It was. I had. Yeah.
Well, shit.
My sense of humor attracts a lot of hate,
Mine too.
and I can't like always put
Mine
that out
would.
there.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, instead of three-legged races with burlap sacks, why don't they make a shoe meant for one person's right foot and the other person's left foot? Just like one big square shoe that has
For
2 foot
specifically for fucking like
holes. Yeah, it's like a novelty thing. Because no one wants to like be in a sack. That doesn't
Because
work well.
you'd have to have for every shoe you'd have to accommodate 2 sizes of foot.
Well, yeah,
Well-
you just
well,
do like
first
memory
off-
foam or something. It doesn't have to be an amazing.
Dude,
it doesn't have to be
man,
a Doc Martin.
I've got a big ass foot, and if I got paired with somebody, like if I got paired with the 4'3" girl that I know would happen, that's got like a size -4, I'd die.
Well, actually,
That's
she
part of the
would
point.
when you fell on her.
Well,
but-
no,
Or you just kept running and
No,
you drug her by
what
your
would happen
broken
is,
ankle.
yeah, I just end up carrying her. Like, nope, we're going.
I want to point out that you use a burlap sack in potato sack races, which you're by yourself in. A 3-legged race, you tie your leg to the other person's leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay,
true.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
remember. I don't think
wasn't
you
born in
That's true.
Kansas. I don't know these things.
Well,
still play a
You
lot
know
of
about
cornhole for an
cornholing.
Oregonian. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that caught on.
Neither do I. Dude.
I don't know why they didn't change the name
No,
it's fun to say.
to like being American instead
Why-
of a cornhole, right?
Why did cornhole become the sport of choice for hipsters?
Because
Because you don't have to try.
because
hard.
nobody knew anything
Yeah.
about it.
That's what
And now that they do, hipsters don't play it. It's like 40-year-old white men. Have you seen it on the Ocho and shit?
No, I have not watched the Ocho recently. My bad.
that is a real thing though.
Every time I
Yeah?
see people playing it now, it's old white men. It used to be hipsters, but now that people know about it, it's not cool anymore.
Oh, well, of course.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
But it's weird. Like every time we'd go to like a winery, which is just full of us and
Well,
which,
yeah, I
which granted
mean,
we can
Yeah,
be a
you
little
just throw a
hipster.
little beanbag in a hole.
Yeah.
It's been a game forever, but
Yeah,
it just caught on.
So
I think weird things are catching on because people are getting more poor and they're trying to find ways
Yeah.
to entertain
Right? Nobody can
themselves.
afford a fucking dartboard.
Dude,
Yeah.
eventually it's gonna be kick
because there's
can.
metal in it.
Let's go play stickball, guys.
Yeah.
That's true.
I remember when stickball was cool.
Why can't these kids play on their phones like the rest of us?
We're gonna revert back to the 90s.
Do you guys remember the little fuck, what were they called? They were the little
Digipets.
Those were dope.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about something different. It was the music things.
Oh, with the little it had 2 songs on it.
Yeah,
It was
little
the
cartridges, but it was like
cartridges.
40 seconds of 2 songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you could just plug them into the little cartridge
And
player.
it played just like a clip
Yeah.
of the song.
Yeah, that's where it was at, dude.
I do
We don't-
not remember that.
Oh man, I'll have to find it during the
the
break.
best thing was the fucking yak pack.
The
You
iPad
would
was
record
dope.
yourself for
Oh
5
my
seconds
God.
and then
Yeah.
replay it in this terrible sound quality.
Yeah, and you could slow
The
it down.
Talk Boy. You guys
Yeah.
remember the Talk Boy?
The
I
Talk
fucking-
Boy.
That was like the
So-
shit.
I watched the second Home Alone in New York.
That's the.
It was
okay,
great.
They're
It was
all Christmas ones. Never.
It
mind.
was the same movie, but in New York. Calm down.
Okay.
Josh is making faces. But that had the Talk Boy. That movie came out in like 95, maybe even earlier. My parents didn't give me one until like 2002.
I never had one, but really wanted one.
My parents did get me one for my birthday. Like,
I think maybe I
7
eventually
years
got one,
later.
but I was over it at that time.
I think I just remember yours. I
yeah.
don't think I had one.
Hey, remember that thing? Nope. Well, you
So-
got it now. Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah,
cool.
thanks.
That was one of those
It'll
toys.
sit in the corner now.
That was one of those toys where you got bored of it in the first like 2 days and you kind of regretted asking for it for your birthday or
Yeah,
Christmas or
yeah.
whatever. But all of your friends, all they wanted to do
It was
all the
play
time
with
was
it.
play with that fucking thing. And you're like, well, let's do something else though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because this is the stupidest toy. But, you know.
Did you? I think they're remaking Home Alone, but with stoned adults. I think it's
That
Seth,
sounds
like Seth
amazing.
Rogen's project.
Really?
Yeah,
That could be
kinda
pretty
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Seth
That'd be pretty
Rogen's.
He's a funny dude.
He's a funny dude.
Speaking of Home Alone, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure this is correct. Macaulay Culkin I think he had a vote what to rename his middle name to legally, or he just decided to change it. And his name now is Macaulay Culkin. His middle name is his name.
So he made his name
Macaulay.
twice as hard for people to
Pretty
say.
much.
Yeah, okay.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Culkin.
He's got a podcast he's been doing forever.
Yeah.
At a production studio.
dude, he
something
is in-
funny.
He's shown up in everything that I watch recently.
Yeah.
That
I
dude
think-
is
I
all
think
over
he's
the
great.
place. I do too.
Yeah.
Man, he came out pretty well adjusted considering he's a child actor. You know.
Well, I think he survived. He held on pretty
Yes.
well.
You know
Well,
who's
he
having
came
a
back.
Tough time is Aaron Carter. Aaron
Yeah?
Carter's having a tough time, y'all.
Oh yeah, he
just
recently
got-
did
he
a
just got a-
face tattoo
Of Rihanna on his
Oh
face.
really? I just saw that it was a face
Oh.
tattoo.
And took a drug test on Instagram, like videoing for some reason, or Twitter or
That poor
something like
guy.
that. Rough.
I mean, did he fail the
Why?
drug test? No, he got a B.
No, well, THC and PCP popped. So,
That's
you
fine.
know.
Dude, honestly, if they didn't pop with somebody of his,
Dwight just comes down to
Fame.
being the limelight of the world and then losing it and having.
But here's
nothing.
the thing: Aaron Carter was never like really even in the limelight.
Well, he was more than he is now.
I guess
Aaron
that's
Carter,
true.
he's the young brother of one of the
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which
He
that would
tried
be
to
Nick
have
Carter
like a
and the Backstreet
solo
Boys, right?
career for a brief minute.
Yeah, but didn't he do all right? Pretty sure
I
he
don't
did
know.
okay. I think.
Like money wise, maybe.
Yeah, and I think as far as stardom goes, he was probably more famous than his brother because he wasn't part of a troupe,
Nah.
right?
No,
No,
Yeah.
no. Everybody loved Nick Carter, dude.
Backstreet Boys.
sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
He was the young, cute one, Doug.
Dude, speaking of
know the
which,
difference between the Backstreet Boys?
I don't know.
My sister was really.
Oh yeah,
into
you
that.
had a sister growing up. I forgot about that.
I did
That's
too. I don't know that shit.
Well, given when I was young, my first concert that I went to was actually the Backstreet Boys.
I would go to
fair.
one
I'm
now.
sure they would have been crazy.
I was not excited about it then, but my options were stay back at home with my dad or go to Portland and the zoo and
Yeah.
a Backstreet Boys concert. So, needless to say, I went to the zoo.
I was already at that point listening to the music that I listened to today.
Mm.
You peaked early,
I did.
Yeah.
I found Chevelle.
set in your ways.
I found Linkin Park.
And that was the third time I flipped monkeys off at the zoo.
Did they flip off back?
No, they threw shit at
you
me,
off?
but
Well, yeah.
I'm
Monkey
behind
equivalent.
glass, so
That's fair.
what are they going to do? Nothing.
Did you throw shit back? Did you escalate?
No, I can't
Pussy.
because they won't let me back in the zoo if you do that. So
Have you been back to that zoo since? Missed
N-
opportunity, bro.
Missed opportunity.
yeah, well,
Probably
true.
got a little jail time. Imagine if like jail time in the zoo is like whatever you do, you just get stuck in progressively worse zoo exhibits with the animals. Like you do something minor, they put you with the birds, but you fuck up. They're like you're going with Harambe.
So I was about to say, a zookeeper didn't go to jail for shooting a fucking ape. So
Well,
on that note,
Rest in power.
you guys ready to take a break?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's hear from you.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for listening to us again this week. I have a quest for you. If you're listening to this week's podcast on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and throw us a quick review. Give us your opinion, and in the process, you can help us. Reviews on Apple Podcasts are one of the number one things you can do to help support what we do and get our names out there. And for a lot of you, I know you're not using Apple Podcasts. If you haven't already done it, share our Facebook page at facebook.com/balconytimepodcast. Go like us on Instagram at instagram.com/balconytimepodcast. Every little share you do gets us in more people's earballs, and that's all we could ever ask for. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get back to the podcast. So you guys know about the controversy with the Joker movie and its launch?
What's that?
So apparently, there's evidence that incels have been talking about shooting up theaters at the Joker release.
okay.
Motivated by what?
Being incels.
So,
So motivated by the character.
should we define what Rise Up Gamer Society incel means to you two?
I know what an incel
Yeah,
is.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
So they're, especially browsing 4chan, whether it was serious or not, 8chan also, there was just talk about this movie being motivation. It's like, these similar outcasts as they feel,
Gotcha.
they feel some kind of brotherly tether to the Joker because he's a social outcast, and that's the motivation for this latest film.
They haven't even seen the movie yet.
Right, but it's implied from all of the media that's
Sure,
out there.
but-
Yeah. So feeling some kind of kindredship to the Joker, they decided that it might be a good idea to shoot up a bunch of theaters. So like there was lots of theaters didn't air it for their opening weekend.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know anything because we went on our trip this weekend and we were kind of out of societal range for a little bit there. I don't know if anything ever happened.
I think you gotta.
It'd be on the front page of Reddit.
The bigger
but,
question is why do you feel a kindred spirit with a fictional psychopath? The Joker obviously has mental problems.
Yeah.
Why are you wanting to be like him?
Dude, who knows? Who knows?
That I don't know. It boggles the mind.
How
But
how do you end up there?
It's
Yeah.
just a first-person view from a social outcast perspective who finds a way to get revenge.
Most of these people are only social outcasts because they, not necessarily that they want to be, but it's not like they couldn't integrate to society. It wouldn't be a problem.
I feel most incels have put themselves there.
Yeah. Oh, girls don't touch me because girls are bad.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when in reality it's like, well,
Stop being a piece of shit.
maybe wash yourself.
That goes a long way to girls touching you.
Right? Yeah. There's a girl out there that
Being
wants to touch your
clean.
pee-pee.
Maybe treat her like a person
Yeah.
instead of an object.
Right. Of course.
But
But they have this weird
Or
warped-
find a girl who likes being treated like an object. They're out there.
Sure.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
There's somebody for everybody.
Right.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, they feel like they've been ostracized and they're no longer accepted in society. And while sure there are some social outcasts, there's a group out there that is going to be more than welcoming to you, and nonviolent, and
why don't the incels just get together and fuck each other?
Because that'd be gay, bro.
yeah.
No, okay. Well,
Part of being an incel is, well, I guess it's involuntary celibacy is what
Yeah.
it's short for.
I think this is a symptom of something else that we've finally
you're saying they
started
won't
to
even fuck each other?
realize.
Probably not.
It's because they haven't washed. They're gross.
Yeah, dude. Would you
Um,
want to bang a dude that that hasn't washed?
The one big thing no one really
No, I
predicted when the internet showed up is that it allows people in the whole rainbow of minorities, whether you're a social outcast or you really like training lizards to do backflips, to meet other people of the similar interests.
Mhm.
But those communities are so small insular that they become echo chambers.
Yeah.
That can be good, could be bad. And then nobody really knew the internet was going to provide spaces for people with slippery slope or dangerous ideas to just sit there and fester in an echo chamber until things start manifesting in the real world.
What none of them realize is it's by choice.
Well, there's
maybe not for
things
everybody.
you know you don't know, and there's things you don't know you don't know.
I think
and
what's
they might
important-
not be aware of the fact that they could get out of it, but if they don't have the support or concept that, yeah, you can take these steps to get healthy, and there's no one around them to show them or lead them how, then it's not surprising that these things
I
happen.
get it, man. I'm sure all of them are going to be severely depressed individuals.
Yeah.
And it can be really hard to reach out, and especially asking for help or seeking it in general. I get that. I do. What I have a problem with is the addition of, people deserve to die because I'm treated poorly. And
Again, that's just echo chambers
Yeah.
turned up
Yeah.
to 11.
And again, it sounds to me like it's not even about being treated poorly. It's about an inability to go get laid, right? That's where this all stems from.
Yep. I mean, it's become more than that.
Sure, but that's the root,
Yeah.
right? And I think it's stupid if you take one aspect, right, an inability to get laid, and use that as a foundation for society's rejection of
Right.
you, because they're not linked.
Yeah.
They aren't.
Some people don't get laid for a while. It just happens,
Maybe
and it's
people-
not a rejection of society on you.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of life.
So
Sorry,
the-
sometimes
so-
you don't get laid.
Sure, maybe most women have found you unattractive that you've tried to pursue.
I-
But how many women have you tried to pursue? And
I feel bad for that one really small group out there, the actual incels, because they don't have penises.
yeah,
They got
Sure.
overshadowed by the
yeah.
fake incels. They're like, we're trying to be a positive support group for people sans genitalia.
I feel sorry for anybody that doesn't have a penis, including women. And having a penis is fucking fantastic. I like it.
Oh,
It's
man.
gotten me into trouble a few times.
Yeah, well, they breed trouble.
There's some women I know that if they had schlongs, oh my.
Now,
Yeah.
admittedly, most of the incels that are going to make it to the general common media platform level where I'm going to see them are going to be the most polarizing of individuals, I imagine. But pretty much every incel I've ever seen was just a misogynistic piece of shit.
Yeah,
And wants the world to bend to him instead of him changing at all. It's everything else's fault because the world can't accept him as the shitty individual that he is.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, sorry, don't be so shitty, and the world will accept you.
the thing is, man, is like you have likes and dislikes, and you have get a hobby. You
but
enjoy
your
things,
hobby
right?
can't be hating women or black people.
Sure.
Yeah,
Hate
it's not a
isn't
hobby.
Really, a
Even then,
productive
you're gonna
hobby.
find like-minded fucking individuals that don't necessarily promote violence. You know what I mean?
in a hobby.
Huh?
In a hobby.
Even if it's
I don't think hating black people is a
I
hobby
mean,
that
I
you
think-
can find.
I think that could be. I think
Healthy.
that could be argued. Well, not healthy. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
going
why
to
I just
argue
meant
that.
the healthy
Yeah.
aspect.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a healthy hobby. Just finding one means that
Drugs.
sure, dude, get into heroin. There's gonna be plenty of people that love
Plenty
heroin.
of chicks willing to lay if
Yeah.
you get to heroin.
Hey, man, as long as you're only hurting yourself and not others, you do you. I don't, that's not obviously to promote self-harm, but I still think it's better than hurting others.
You don't even got to do the heroin. You just got to have the heroin.
That's true, dude. If you can be the guy.
There's a reason they call it heroin. Okay, double meaning.
I'm never going to do heroin because women don't love me. I don't believe in heroines. Oh, man. It's all about meth.
Slightly tangential, but
Mhm.
the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few is
Or
a
the
quote.
one.
Do you know where that originated?
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Yeah?
Star Trek.
Spock.
Spock
Spock?
it was,
Yeah.
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 It's only a couple decades old. Seems
Wow.
like some ancient utilitarianism,
It does.
sage advice from hundreds of years ago, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, that maybe that was the first time it was said that way. Probably not, but
It's just
you
that
know.
phrase. That's what it came from
Yeah.
the movie, The
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan, I think.
Interesting.
God.
we were thrift storing at the beach, and I saw this super dusty old Star Trek encyclopedia, like completely knowledge of Star Trek universe. It's like 1993 or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
It's like, I should buy that, but why? Oh,
There was nothing in any of those stores that I wanted.
yeah. Russ just
Good-
showed up with his
good Lord.
That
Mogwai.
Gizmo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Gizmo, yeah.
It's terrifying.
That he
It's
got.
terrifying.
Well, not yet.
Don't get
little
him wet
fuzzy.
though. Don't get him wet.
Don't feed them after
Midnight.
midnight. Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's why you don't get a Mogwai, dude. You don't even know the fucking rules.
Don't get him
I was
wet.
looking at the time. I was seeing how much more time we have
No,
to
you
cram food down
you
his
fucking
gullet.
know.
There's a logical fallacy with don't feed them after midnight. Like, what time do you? It's always after midnight.
It's the same thing with wearing white after Labor Day. It's always
Yeah,
after Labor Day.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
After the first Labor Day, no more white.
I'm pretty sure there's a second rule to that. Like there's another time frame in which white
February
is okay again.
3rd.
Sure,
That's the cutoff date.
that works for
It's
me.
the first of spring.
Is it?
Spring's
Okay.
vague.
No, it's not. There's
No.
a literal day called the
Yeah.
first day of spring.
Yeah, and it's when all springs are born out of their factories where they're made. They begin bouncing around.
What is this? The Jetsons, where you go to a cog factory?
No, those are sprockets.
Man,
They
gee,
had cogs.
I am so sorry.
They had cogs. That was the other company. Cogswell
that-
Cogs.
Yeah. Okay, so the competing company.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So
what?
Stan-
I stand
Stanley sprockets?
uncorrected.
Yeah.
Stanleys, Steamers,
Spacely.
Spacely sprockets.
Yeah.
Josh with the pop trivia knowledge. That's how you got your bike, man.
Yeah, that's how I win bikes. I'm going to win a fucking guitar to go next to it now. I don't even like Southern Comfort, but I'm going to win that Southern Comfort
Man.
guitar.
They really upped the prize game, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to play for a couple of months, and then it's a bigger drawing.
Yeah.
But
We've been playing there years. What
well,
changed?
Yeah, I got a
The
pair of
new
socks and a
owners.
bandana.
new
Oh,
like the new
yeah,
yeah,
or
yeah.
the new management crew or whatever through the whole debacle that happened there. But I got to give a shout out to the other teams that come in week after week to take
Just
a
to lose.
Take the
beating.
L.
To take a beating.
I'm not even a humble brag. It honestly astonished me how often we have won over our careers.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not geniuses, but
No, but
we would win 10, 11 weeks in a
they
row.
cheat
sometimes.
with
we're-
Google.
We're like
Sometimes I've caught people on
You guys
your
are
team
cheaters.
cheating
with
with
Google,
Google.
man.
Yeah.
it's
I've
called advanced gameplay,
No, that's
that
called
takes the
being
fun
a
out of it.
bastard.
Yeah.
and we sit in the back, so it's all right.
Bastards in the back. That's what they call
Yep.
themselves. That's no fun.
We
Just
went a
carving their names into the tables with knives.
So
and
what I'm
shit.
gathering is that you stole a bike.
little- I mean, however you want to say it. Steal. I mean,
It
So,
wasn't taken.
Are you guys
That's what you
still
mean.
coming up with clever names, or have you?
yes, no,
Okay,
we still come up with when I won the bike, I think our team name was "Congratulations, Kurt Cobain on 25 years sober."
Oh no.
But
So-
we've had titles like "When's Heath Ledger going to make another movie?" Tempura's Shelter for Lightly Battered Women. One of my all time favorites was Oedipus and the Motherfuckers.
Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just
Also
I
a
just
sweet band name.
I just wanted to ask because so many of those teams come there every week and they use the same fucking team name over again when they have so many opportunities to be clever.
Well, now it's a team comprised of a lot of swingers.
Yeah, they're funny to watch.
They're funny. They
God, I
are
love
funny to
them.
watch.
Because they're all trying to bang each other.
What's a collective noun for swingers? A swang?
The swung,
A
the
gaggle?
swung.
A swung of swingers?
the swung of swingers, a swung of swingers. They're fun to watch. I mean, sometimes you get to see some boobies and whatnot. That's kind of neat, but they're not always boobies you want to see.
Okay.
But
They're the boobies you get to see.
well,
That's
there's a couple of people in the swingers group where I'm like, do you have to fuck them to fuck everyone else?
Right, yeah.
Like as like an initiation, like.
Is
I
that the
don't think-
hazing? Is that the hazing portion
Because
of
there's
joining
so
the
Swinger
swung?
groups do not force other people
Well,
to have sex with certain
Because
people.
there's so many people in there where I'm just like I wouldn't have no thank
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
Yeah, there's just so many people in there. I'm just like nope.
Time to cull the swung.
Though I'm sure the feeling's mutual, so it's all right. I'm not very nice most of the time, so it's okay. But they come back week after week just to get pummeled.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
A swing set of swingers.
Is that what it is? A swing set?
That's a submitted idea. Another one was a mess of swingers. Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, I just can't imagine swinging. Like,
No,
when I think swingers
As a single dude?
as a single dude,
Is that swinging then, or is that just
No.
sleeping
I don't
around?
think so. I think
That's
I
just
think
fucking.
Okay.
That's just
They
get your
probably
fuck on.
get a lot of single men trying to join swingers groups because they think
Yeah.
they can just have sex.
Mhm.
But I imagine, I don't know enough, but I imagine the majority of them are couples because that's the whole point.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
So
It's not my jam.
Nope, not for me.
Here, fuck my wife. I'll fuck yours.
Well, I
Look
mean,
at that.
I'd be okay with fucking someone else's wife, I guess, but I don't want them to fuck my wife.
Yeah,
I
okay.
had a short-lived fun experience with a couple. when
Yep.
I was living out. Yeah, they were really into oral.
Okay.
Yeah, just one of those things.
Yeah.
I watched people have sex once. I was invited. I just want to stipulate that. I can see the looks going around the table. But now I was invited to stand outside the window and, like, be the weird third party because she had a thing about being watched. And I was
So-
like, this
So
is
you're
weird.
standing outside the window
on the roof.
on the.
what?
You're like hanging upside down.
No,
Dun,
so
dun,
there was
dun,
like a
dun.
connecting
Oh, dang, I
garage,
gotcha, I
right?
gotcha.
So I'm standing on the roof and I'm just like hanging out the window, and the window's like open and the curtains are open. I'm just kind of leaning there smoking a cigarette, just watching two people have sex.
Was this a really secluded home, or are the neighbors like, dude, that guy is watching our neighbors bang?
No, it was definitely not secluded.
I don't think I'd do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was drunk,
they
so
asked?
it seemed like a good idea at the time.
If they asked you to. Oh.
Neighbor shows up and they're like, "What are you doing? I'm watching your neighbors bang."
Well, I mean, nobody said anything when that kid fell off the roof, so you're just standing up there. It's not gonna.
A kid fell off the roof. Where did this come from?
Well, I accidentally pushed somebody off the roof. I mean,
You pushed a kid off the roof.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
stop
I-
watching your parents bang.
Like a
That's really
Jamie
gross,
Lannister over
this
here.
was a completely different time. But
Okay,
like this roof
give context.
This roof was a cool place to hang out. It was this fucking party. This dude showed up. He was uninvited, so we spent the entire night kicking him in the nuts until he left. Like he would walk around and be like, "Hey man, you want this beer?" And be like, "Yeah," and then someone kick him in the nuts.
That implies he stuck around for a while.
Like a half hour.
oh man,
45 minutes. It was
Poor
brutal.
man.
But then this dude, Jacob, and I kind of like got into a semi-argument up on the roof, and it led into a wrestling match where I accidentally rolled him like off the top of me, and he rolled right off the fucking roof and into the bushes on the ground below.
Good thing it was the bushes.
So when you said kid, I assumed it was a child.
Well, I mean, he's like 17.
He's that's a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How old were you? 28.
21?
Okay.
I'm 28.
Well, yeah, this was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just never
But,
heard that one.
Yeah.
Now, in your favor, you have thrown yourself off a roof more times than you've pushed other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
One time with a chainsaw.
Well, yeah, that was at work. Sorry, work. And I didn't even hurt myself, so no workman's comp there. My boss occasionally listens to this, so we.
Yes,
Maybe.
everything's maybe cut that one.
But
We're on the up and
I was up on a roof trying to get a big old branch off of it, and I lost my footing and had a chainsaw, and so I threw that because I was just like, "You
Yeah.
get away from me!"
Ditch the chainsaw.
Yeah.
And then I fell off the roof and into a mud hill and had to scramble out behind a wall. It was
It's a good
whole.
thing you were nowhere near people because you're just throwing chainsaws
yeah,
off of a
yeah,
roof.
yeah. I've had some interesting moments out at the vortex by myself.
It's also terrifying that you're not around people. So when you inevitably cut your arm off, you
Yes.
don't have help.
Yes,
You're like 5 miles away from the nearest person
You know how to tie a tourniquet, right?
yeah,
You'll
I
be
do.
fine.
Yeah, I'll
With
make
one
it.
arm.
with one arm.
Use your teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Belt, teeth. and
Do it
whatnot.
before you bleed out.
Yep. Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
You should just get some belts ready, like loosely tied around your limbs.
Yeah.
right up in your like.
Why do you got those belts
crotch
around you?
and-
Oh, in
Just
case
in
I cut
case.
my arm off.
Convenience.
That's morbid.
Got to be quick. You're racing the clock.
Yeah.
And the blood.
Time trials.
We went to the coast on a trip this weekend, and there were clocks everywhere throughout the town, and
Yeah.
they were all wrong.
Not one of them.
Yeah.
was
It was
set to the
so
correct
weird.
time.
But so I brought this up. It's the Oregon coast. everybody that can afford to live there is retired.
Yeah, they don't need to know what time it is.
Yeah.
It's daytime.
Like we saw maybe
What time
one
is
person
it?
that
I don't
wasn't
know.
any-
The sun's right there.
Yeah.
we saw
You
one.
figure it out.
We saw maybe one person that wasn't a tourist that was under the age of like 40,
Yeah.
and it was that dude that was helping out at the thrift shop.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of those people because I had to work this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get it off with that much notice.
Yes,
No,
he could
we
have,
only,
he just didn't.
No, we do not have, it's our slow season. We're low on employees, and Saturday's still one of the busiest days.
Oh yeah, and one of your coworkers is in Vegas right now. Yeah, I kind of fuck shit up. Yeah. All right, that's fair. I'll give it to you.
Vegas.
I want to go to Vegas. I've never been.
I've never been as an
Oh.
adult.
Tar exhaust in your
Oh.
face. It is dry. You will get a nosebleed immediately.
That's fine.
No, dude,
I'll bleed.
you don't hang out outside of Vegas.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
but
put
you
some
have to
fucking
get there
Vaseline on my
somehow.
nose. It's fine.
Yeah.
Lube up my nose. It'll be fine.
Good
Yeah.
luck with that.
The only time you're
It
outside
works.
of Vegas is if you're in water. That's it.
I want to go to Vegas.
Yeah, it's cool.
I want to go there with at least a couple grand though.
Yeah, you do.
You know.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, I just I have a hard time not buying objects with the money that I make. You know.
I just don't like gambling.
I like
Then
to
Vegas
gamble.
is not the place for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's other things
There's
besides
a lot
gambling.
you can do, man.
It's
There's
pretty
like-
much gambling.
There's like, amusement rides.
Go watch the Blue Man Group for like the 11th
yeah.
time.
Blue Man Group,
I've already
Circus
seen them,
Olay,
thank you.
hookers.
In
That's
Vegas.
what I said.
All those things can happen outside of Vegas, though.
Yeah,
Cirque du
but you
Soleil?
get good hookers in Vegas.
Mm.
That's true. But you can get good hookers in any big city.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
I'm not crazy experienced in hookers.
I'm not downplaying Vegas. That would be stupid.
I'm just saying there's other stuff
Yeah.
besides gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it the
That's
biggest
true.
little city on earth? You can't downplay it.
And that's Reno, bro.
Shit. Shit, I ruined everything.
Yeah.
I'd go to Reno too.
You out of the gang.
Yeah, fucking A. I go to Reno.
You guys want to go to Reno?
Sure.
All right, let's load up.
I mean, if we're going, then I'll go.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm poor after our trip to the
Yeah,
coast.
I'm pretty poor
Yeah.
too. To the-
Yeah, 3 hours away, broke the bank.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have enough money to go on a vacation right back to work.
cool.
Your work right now, well, the season's not over. But when
Not
the
quite.
season's over, your work is a little vacation-y.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I write
To
my
work
own
at your own
hours.
pace. Yeah.
I write my own hours.
I mean, we made a bonfire
I
and
mean-
cooked hot dogs.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
that wasn't all
That's
of it.
a good
We
day.
did move trees
sure.
and shit.
yeah, yeah.
But who doesn't want to like cut down trees and cook meats?
I don't know anybody. I don't know
Just
anybody that doesn't
smoking
want
these
to.
meats.
Yeah. I love smoking meats.
so I mean, some days, yeah. Some
Yeah.
days.
So speaking of smoking, meth. Breaking Bad. El Camino comes out next weekend. Yeah,
This
dude.
The
is
movie
11th.
extravaganza
sequel?
of the season.
This is the follow-up to Breaking Bad.
Is a movie a series?
it's a
it's
movie.
movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right there in the name. Movie,
El Camino, the movie.
not series.
El Camino, the movie, not the series.
series.
2. Redux.
the sequeling.
The sequeling.
I'm really I want to find out who's in the credits. Like I really
Do not.
I know I can't look it up, but
Like Boom Operator number 3.
I'm gonna
What do you mean?
It's very important. What do you mean with Bryan Cranston? I'm sure he's going to
That's
be in
just
the
a
credits.
really weird way to phrase. I wonder if he's in the movie. Not. I wonder who's in the.
Well,
credits
no,
for
because
this
they haven't
movie.
released the credits. So, you look at IMDb and you don't see any of the actors' credits.
Okay,
yet.
I'm
And
thinking of like the
that's
after
atypical.
movie credits. You're like, man, I can't wait
No.
to see.
I want to
Who,
see who's
Page
credited for
Boy.
the movie. No, I want to see who's. I want.
Well,
Yeah.
little did you know, Andy gave them the idea for the movie, and there's a little mention of him in the credits. That's why he's anxious for the credits.
I do love
What was the idea you gave them?
El Camino.
Take that car
The title, duh.
and make a
Yeah.
movie about it.
I do love. I mean, the El Camino was a beautiful American muscle car, a muscle truck.
To me, it looks like a pygmy horse, but a truck.
You're dumb.
I don't like muscle cars.
It just looks like a little
What?
weird truck.
I don't like muscle cars.
Why not?
Why?
They're cumbersome.
They're too cool.
They're too vroom vroom.
They're
Mhm.
cumbersome.
All right, well, I mean,
They're full of
what-
cucumbers.
They're heavy. They don't respond well usually.
I kind of get what you're saying.
They're not.
They are their own entity.
Yeah.
I would rather be on a windy road with a well-made German or Japanese car.
Yeah.
But muscle cars are fucking cool, dude.
I mean,
Like, my daily driver? Yeah, I'd rather that be a Beamer than, like, you know, a Challenger. But I also want to drive a Challenger really bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
I like spaceships.
Those are cool.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about cool things,
Well, I mean,
Did you guys see the picture of the stainless steel spaceship?
I heard about it. I haven't seen the picture.
I have
yet.
not either.
It is the only
We should pull
thing
that up.
No.
of the future
Then I'm gonna Google
that the
it.
50s
do.
predictions got correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So-
Art Deco ship. Is that what
Yeah.
it looks like?
Totally.
So I don't want to pull it up just in case you've already forgotten that we lost like a second and a half of you talking about Diablo earlier.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
butcher fresh meat is scary. I was 8.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thanks for the recap. That was about as much audio as we lost.
You said we lost a second and a half, so
You covered it. It. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. No, I'm interested also to see this rocket.
Now, is it a rocket or a spaceship?
It's a spaceship.
oh my god, this has to be a joke.
It's not a joke.
Okay,
Is this the one that they got to land again?
No.
No.
I'm not sure they've launched this yet.
Okay.
Is it SpaceX?
Wait,
yeah.
I need to pull up a better picture.
Well, it's Elon Musk. Of course, it's SpaceX.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nope. That's real.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's not the picture I saw.
That's like straight out of
Yeah.
1952.
That's the one they
Wow.
got like general contractors and metal workers to create.
That's
Is
not
this-
the picture I saw,
Is
for
this
what it's worth.
concept
Oh.
art or is this real?
There's a real picture. There's a real picture of it. I think that was concept art.
These
but
are
there is a real
all
picture of it. Let me find
Of
it.
the same ship.
So, I think the most interesting thing about this is because they're trying to reduce costs to make manned space flight, more accessible.
Mhm.
Is they are not using NASA level scientists
is.
and physicists. They are using like general contractors, steel workers, and like propulsion
Oh,
experts, and that's how they're creating this rocket. And I think that's the most fascinating thing about it.
Well, I mean, look at the computing power that it took to get to the moon the first time.
Yeah,
Crazy.
We have 10
Yeah.
times that amount in our pockets
more
right
than
now,
10 times.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit.
I think that looks.
Shit.
That's like
They're calling it a
mid-production.
starship.
That is a starship.
That is our first starship
Right on.
of the planet Earth.
It's gonna have blasters.
God, I hope
and
so.
a rotary girder,
We need more lasers.
Space Force.
dilithium crystals.
I think everything needs more lasers.
Well, I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, except for cats.
They're calling
So
it super heavy.
that is cool. That
Yeah.
is cool. Cool future tech. The scary future tech. We were watching that Boston Dynamics thing with Spot.
Oh my
Like,
God!
That
Yeah.
it's
so
both very cool and super creepy.
so Spot isn't. Spot's
Spot's fine.
It's
Spot's
the cutest
pussy shit.
robot they've made.
Yeah, totally.
But the applications of him, like if you extrapolate and start thinking just for, a second, like 1 second,
Yeah.
it starts becoming scary.
Spot had some trouble navigating tough terrain. Now I don't know how Atlas, that's the other one that we looked at, would do.
The human one that was
Yeah,
doing flips and
But
shit.
that fucker is like he'd get like a 7 at the Olympics for gymnastics.
At the end of the day, realistically, there's no need to make robots two-legged and human-like
Yeah, not at all.
unless the application you're making them for requires them to look like humans.
Yeah, which is like I
if
mean
we need to worry about like military combat drones, they're not going to be two-legged because it's
Yeah.
way too hard to make a robot agile
Sure.
and quick on 2 legs.
Well, we need our armored
so
cores.
we've got drones, armored cores, drones and 4-legged robots. I mean, they're terrifying. Scary.
Well, I mean treads.
Treads are too slow.
Tell that
What?
to the M1 Abrams.
Yeah.
Let's see the M1 Abrams turn on a dime. Those fucking 4-legged
Dude,
dogs.
It
they
does.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Not at 60 miles an hour, they don't. Those dogs can. Give it time, dude.
I mean everything has inertia.
Yeah.
Everything has to
There's no defeat. I'm just saying, giant tank, scary as shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take a giant tank over like a fleet of 10 highly trained death robot dogs.
What we're going to get are those the Striders from Half-Life were
The big tall ones.
yeah, the really difficult, enemies.
Yeah.
The other ones, though, the smaller tripedal ones, if you remember Half-Life 2 episode 1, maybe 2,
I kind of vaguely remember that.
they were a lot more terrifying.
I think more about the manhacks. It was a drone with a saw blade in it.
Yeah,
Just
that's
flew
true.
around at your face.
Yeah, but,
No thanks.
if you got a pistol, they can fire as fast as you can click,
But
Hey.
in real life, there would be 10,000 of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just like the drone video we watched of all the 100 synchronized drones
That's
making
cool.
firework displays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
That's bananas, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Bananas.
Well, I mean, that's new 4th of July, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were bananas. I think they were drones.
Eventually, we'll have banana drones a man can dream.
I just read on Reddit, so it has to be true. Beekeepers are not recommended to eat bananas because the something makes them put out smells similar to the pheromone bees use to be aggressive or something or another.
B-E.
Aggressive.
Aggressive.
Yes,
Thank
be
you.
aggressive. So that makes me think I should stop bringing bananas to camp.
Yeah.
And you probably shouldn't eat bananas at work.
That's okay. Well, I'm a natural source of potassium anyway, so it's fine.
Are
Are
you
you?
a mine?
Yes.
Are you a mime?
As he nods.
He nods, yeah.
He's with it tonight, folks. He's
Yeah,
here
good
till
call.
next Tuesday. Good stuff.
That's awesome. Oh, man.
Andrew's writing things down. You got a topic? A hot
No,
topic?
not necessarily. I'm just
Okay.
writing shit down.
Episode titles?
Yeah,
So I
keep
was
minutes.
watching
Good
something.
one.
Minutes.
Now, none of us have kids,
That's correct.
right? You don't have any kids. Well, I mean, I'm maybe none that you know about.
We're all
anyway.
pretty sure that
What's that joke?
we're pretty sure
Yeah.
we don't.
I just
have
got a
kids.
kid. Well, at least until I call his parents.
Yeah,
or at least until
those parent they pay
Yeah.
up, right?
Yeah.
No, but friend, she asked her son recently, "Did you poop your pants?"
Hmm.
He says, "No." She then sticks her hand down the back of his pants.
Bad move.
Right? Why? And
Yeah.
I see this across the board. Like, why wouldn't you just like give a sniff? Why are you putting
Take a
your
peek.
hand? Yeah, like, but she's just like, I'll just blind, like blind test that.
Comes
tap
back
that
with a
well.
fucking
And she's
fistful of
like,
brown corn. What?
she's like, oh, there's poop in there. I was like,
Duh.
yeah,
Yeah.
you stuck your hand in a butt,
You had the inkling that he had shit himself.
and then
Are you going to believe your toddler that he did not?
Rarely.
Now,
No.
was she? This is important. Was she like surprised and disappointed that there was poop on her hand?
no,
Okay.
like
So
I
what
mean,
that tells me-
disappointed, but not
disappointed.
surprised.
Yeah, that tells me two things. One, mothers are tired, and two, being a parent redefines your level of what is gross.
Oh, yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
like,
Yeah.
I won't touch my poop.
I
That's
certainly
true.
won't touch anybody
I've
else's
pooped a
poop.
lot. And
Yeah.
I don't touch it.
Changed
I've
all
never
the
once
diapers.
voluntarily touched my poop.
Yep,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm always disappointed when it touches me.
Yes.
So
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little finger goes to the TP.
It is definitely-
Oh, fuck. Time to take a shower.
Yep. mhm.
Cut that finger off.
Bleach.
I've changed a lot of
forever
diapers.
unclean.
Get over it.
Yeah, I've changed diapers too. I am not okay with getting poop on my fingers.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's like, oh, yay, poop finger, but it just
know there's
doesn't
someone.
bother. Well,
Yeah, well,
Probably
yeah,
incels.
I could.
let's not beat them up any more than they already artificially are.
Yeah, right.
I could see, getting poop on your hand accident, but this was no accident.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I feel like
I think she could have made a better decision.
I-
In
I-
the moment, maybe. It
Yeah,
was
no, I guess that's
just
what
she
it was.
wasn't
It was
thinking.
Seemed
she
like
was
a good
tired.
idea at the time.
I needed to check if
It
there
was
was
not.
poop.
I was just like, that's,
Mhm.
I'm not going to take any more of your crap. Oh, fuck.
Takes
Shit.
a handful of crap.
Yeah.
well, but I see parents all over the place do that. It's like just blind stick their hand in there. It's like, what are you doing? Just look, give it a
Yeah.
sniff.
There is something just intrinsically bizarre and hilarious about the face of babies when they're pooping and they're looking at you. And you're like, by this subtle shift in your facial features and the reddening of your skin, I know you're shitting right now and you're staring me in the eyes. It's the weirdest thing. They're just kind of like, well, like, oh, yeah, I forget. You don't really care about when you shit. So,
Man.
Well, I mean, also now, like, wouldn't you? I don't know. I feel compelled. I would be looking at someone if they were in the bathroom watching me shit. It'd be like, why are you in here?
Stop
it's
staring
just
at
weird
me.
that, like, if an adult were to do that to me, I would immediately know what was happening. Just that face is so unique. And we're like, are you really shitting yourself right now? No, you see, you're trying to. He's over here turning beet red. Yeah.
Yeah, no, your poo, like the poo face. You never really get to see that. Talk
Yeah,
about the
I don't know
O
what my poo
right?
face looks
Yeah,
like.
Right?
Yeah. I've taken a lot of pictures of myself pooping, but I've never had my poop face on.
Taking a lot of pictures of my poop.
For
you know,
posterity.
if you've got an impressive one, man,
I mean, sometimes.
like it's been a long time since I took a picture of my own poop, but I've done it on occasion.
I just like to text out a symbol of what it looked like.
I just like before and after pictures
The
for
other day, I
Instagram
pooped a full
of my food.
ampersand.
Oh, you got a health Instagram?
No, I just got before and after of my food.
That would be a good Instagram
Put a
page.
filter on it.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for, there's an app for that for colon cancer. Just send them pictures of your poop, because, they have that thing they'll send to your house now where it's
Just
like,
swallow this eye pill.
you don't have time to go get your colon tested. We'll just wipe this shit on this thing
How
here and
long-
mail it back to us.
How long does it take?
I
Don't
don't
you
know.
just get a finger up your
but
bum?
How much you want to bet that business is some guy who really hates this other dude and he made a fake ad for it and get other dude's address? Got tens of thousands of shit
Fuck you,
smears.
Craig.
showing up.
Here's another one.
Can you do that? Isn't that like a biohazard?
Shit
you can't
poop?
mail your own shit? I guess maybe if it's sealed.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you can in a properly labeled container.
This is shit.
The product is called Cologuard, if you want to look it up.
Oh.
If
Okay.
so it's shit, but you can send lithium ion batteries through the mail. So
Those have a chance of
Dude,
being
you can
dangerous.
order
Mhm.
crabs through the mail.
Yeah, but they're sealed. So yeah, I guess.
yeah.
That's a thing you can order. Send crabs to your enemies.
Last
Yeah.
crabs I got, I didn't order.
Like unsealed crabs, because
That's
that'd be what they
unfortunate.
open their mailbox. There's just a crab in there. That's how I'd want it to go down.
Yeah, me too. I'd want it to be like battle ready. Charging
knife.
enemy claws out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a surprising number of
GIFs
videos,
and videos.
GIFs, and images that I've seen of fucking knife wielding crabs.
Just people
That's
just stick a knife in their
because-
claws and they grab it.
Yeah.
Well-
And they chase you.
I also understand that you're gonna have usually if you're gonna be cooking a crab, you're probably gonna have a knife nearby. So I kind of get that, but
Really, I just wonder if the crab could break the knife.
Broke my knife.
if it was some kind of cave demon,
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Like,
Yeah.
here, try to break this. All right, you're not Kenyon Mangrove.
man, the sheer amount of people that were crabbing today when we were out of the coast,
Yeah, there are a
man,
lot of them.
a lot of people crabbing.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, that means fighting.
Crabbing?
Yep.
Fighting like fighting crabs.
No, just like fighting each other. You crabbing up on me.
Come here,
Oh,
boy,
yeah,
we're gonna
okay,
pinch.
gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. You know
They're
it.
crabbing up.
Stop, you're tickling me.
Andy might be from New Jersey, guys.
Maybe.
Hey.
$1 million, but you become a crab for a month and have to survive to get the money.
Done.
You think you can make it as a crab? Like, I assume you'll just wake up on a beach as a crab.
And I won't know.
You'll be fully in your mental faculties, and like you won't have
Like,
weird.
I'll know I got $1 million coming to me in a month.
Yeah, everything's normal. You're not terrified and freaking out. You're just like, I have to survive as a crab. You can control everything like a crab normally could. You just have to be a crab.
I
for
definitely
a
think I
month.
could out-survive the other crabs if I had my human
It's
faculties.
not about surviving the other crabs.
No, but it is.
Seagulls,
I know that's part of it, though.
octopodes.
Like, I already know what my threats are. Crabs don't know that necessarily.
You think yeah, but can a crab, like even at peak crab performance, outswim like a sea lion?
Yeah.
That's why you got to put yourself in positions where you're not getting chased by sea lions. It's only a month.
We got to eat somehow. You can't just bury yourself for a month.
You find a good spot. That's
Just find a
day one.
McDonald's.
Find a spot.
I guess if you were a crab, you could like scratch letters in the sand and become like a sideshow act. But I feel like that's
You know what?
cheating.
I'd find somebody's backyard with a pool,
Boom.
and
with all the chlorine in it.
it'd be fine.
That's a
Swim
good
in
point.
chlorine before.
Not as a crab. They got weird sponge lungs and
They're
doohickeys.
bitches. I guess I'll be a bitch too, but it's $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million butt
I
your
think it'd
crab.
be risky.
Well, yeah.
It'd be super risky.
I just go into somebody's backyard, eat bugs, and swim around.
Otherwise, you die as a crab.
Yeah.
And then a 6-year-old boy finds you and you're fucked.
Now, if you die as a crab, do you die? Just
Yeah.
totally.
You're dead.
Challenging.
Yeah. What do you think,
I don't know.
Hard
Josh?
pass.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, man.
Uh,
Well, now could So you just randomly like show up on a beach one day and you're a crab?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you have a better chance as a crab than a lobster, but
Yeah. Well, what if I had time to tell you guys, like, yo, I'm gonna turn
do I
into
get
a
to
crab?
pick the type of
We
crab?
won't know where you go.
Yeah.
Can I be one of them crabs with them big ass fucking claws? Like,
Yeah. Still not gonna do shit against sea lion.
no,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be cool to have a big ass claw for a
Yeah.
minute.
You'd get all the crab pussy you want.
goddamn right.
Don't they lay like bubble eggs?
I don't
Little
know.
bubble
I'm gonna
nests.
do whatever male crabs do to those bubble eggs
Yeah.
with gusto.
Scuttle.
That's a
Yeah.
10.
Fucking stanky legging over to your new girl.
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
Man, I wish you could have crabs as pets and they weren't like stinky and weird.
Yeah, I wish you could have more cool stuff as pets.
All pets are kind of stinky and weird, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you could have one pet, what would it be? Like anything,
And I had,
it's
like,
reasonable.
Are
I didn't
people
have
off
to
limits?
pay for all this shit
Yes.
to like
Oh.
set it up and take care of it. Because some pets are really expensive.
Sure. But I mean, like, if you could legally and it were reasonable, like, say keeping a giraffe would be the same cost, liability, and etc. of a dog.
Elephant.
You can't. That's rude. You'd have to have like a whole fucking safari for him.
That's cool.
Well, then you're just getting a free house on a safari. You don't even care
That's
about the
not
I
what's
gamed.
elephant.
I gamed this game.
That's not what's happening here.
I think a crow would be really cool, except crows
Ooh.
are extremely hard and intense to take care of.
Yeah.
And they're like any birds. Birds require a lot of attention. Big reptiles would be cool, but it's a lot of work. Aquariums are really cool, but you can't really do anything with them. Monkeys are cool, but they can kill you.
Can
and
I have
also
Sasquatch
take a
as
lot
my
of work.
pet?
It has to exist.
You don't know.
Sasquatch is elsewhere on flat Earth.
He's
You
out
don't
there
know.
squatching. Sam Squanch. You can have a Sam Squanch.
Okay.
That's a Canadian Sasquatch.
Do you guys have pets that you would want?
Yeah,
Still thinking?
I can't have Sasquatch.
Because I didn't have an answer prepared. You know,
I would say my go-to is either a bear or a raccoon.
bear's cool. I like raccoons.
I mean, raccoon would be manageable, I feel like. I mean,
People already have those as pets.
yeah, they
but,
already
you know,
do. But
Have to be a real
People
thing.
already have bears as pets too. What?
Because it has to be a real thing. I mean, you're just asking me, like, what pet do you want?
Yes.
I mean, I think a bear would be awesome. Like my friend the bear. Be like, oh, here comes
Can we
Josh.
hibernate together?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
I prefer something. This isn't the correct thing, but analogous to like a sugar glider that you can just like carry around in your pocket or your shoulder all the time.
Ooh, pocket
Like if
pets
you
would
didn't
be cool.
pocket pets or shoulder pets, you didn't have to think about it, and they're like not like as big as a cat, so like yeah, it's kind of weird. But you know, just like baseball sized.
Yeah.
I can't pick an elephant.
I mean, you can.
I'd
Yeah,
have him.
yeah.
I'd have him step on watermelons all day.
That's slave labor.
That'd be cool. Not the slave labor. I think.
I love the idea of keeping slaves.
I think the elephant would really get a kick out of
Would you-
squashing watermelons all day long.
Would you
Good
name
boy.
it Gallagher?
That's a good. That's a
Ooh,
good
that
one.
is good. That is good.
I don't know what I name it, but Gallagher's a good contender.
Yeah. Squishy. Squashy.
Those are like Homer Simpson names for my
Stampy.
elephant.
That was the name of the elephant from The Simpsons.
Oh yeah,
Stampy.
that's right, Stampy. Yeah.
You know, it's weird to think about. We evolved parallel to horses and cats and dogs or wolves, right?
Mhm.
You imagine if we had created like a symbiotic relationship with elephants. The point, like
We
they
had-
were intelligent enough
They
to
had
realize we could
pygmy
do
elephants.
things.
That was the
That would be
thing.
crazy.
Pygmy mastodons.
Elephants are quite intelligent.
They're very,
And there are
intelligent.
some
what I'm
cultures that
saying.
have developed that
But
kind
if
of
we
bond.
had
but
like
usually they've been
heavily done
exploited.
that, like we had done with wolves,
Mhm.
that'd be crazy. We'd have some super intelligent
Well, and
pets.
Well,
They wouldn't even be pets at that point.
in some countries they did kind of do that. I mean, look at the war elephant.
Mhm.
There was, I mean,
Well,
not
yeah.
quite the symbiotic relationship, but in a lot of
They were used more as a tool.
definitely. But I mean, like any other animal that had been husbanded
Was a tool first
yeah.
and foremost.
Stop marrying elephants.
It's called animal husbandry. Get your mind
Mhm.
out of the gutter.
yes,
I
it
didn't.
is.
Nothing was implied.
Nothing
Stop
was
marrying
implied.
animals.
It was cute.
I guess I was just getting at
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to have a highly intelligent symbiotic relationship with another creature.
Yeah.
Like a clone.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like you could make the argument that the Mongolians or a lot of the steppe people had a near symbiotic relationship with the horse.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. I was just thinking like the change that wolves went through to become dogs. Imagine
Right.
what elephants
Okay.
would do.
I got you.
Oh, I
So-
see.
I
Oh,
gotcha.
the selective breeding.
So
we get an
they might
elephant
even
with
be
weird
like the
tusks.
size of like dogs, but they'd be so much more intelligent at that point.
Sure.
They'd be like a secondary intelligent species on the planet.
Or we would have bred them larger.
Oh
So you'd get like, like the variety of dog that we have.
they
now.
wouldn't even move.
Godzilla mammoth.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
But also a tiny pocket elephant would be awesome.
I heard
Yeah,
that
it would.
manatees are no longer extinct or extinct. I'm
Endangered.
getting tired.
Yeah.
endangered. I believe it
because
was.
of because of the Reddit meme.
I didn't even know that they
I
were.
just saw it on Reddit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I
I
saw it
found
with the
out.
manatee restored.
Yeah, manatee
from
restored
Dark
instead of
Souls
humanity
humanity,
restored.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, that's good.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the Belgian kid, I think, or Belgian students cleanup idea, that big one, I think he was on JRE and whatnot. They implemented it. This might be a different guy than what's actually
Oh,
doing it.
they
ocean
started
cleanup.
cleaning up the
Yeah.
Pacific
It's working. The
garbage mound.
gyro. Yeah.
Now, what do we do with that garbage?
Fire it at the sun. Why aren't we shooting our garbage
know, right?
into space
Yeah.
at the sun?
Because it's expensive, bro.
Not yeah, well,
Like,
more expensive than losing the planet.
There has to be a way to reuse this stuff, right?
Just once a year, we'll fire a lot of it
There's
off.
Make
gotta be some-
statues.
it comes down
Sure.
to money. It's
Yeah.
just really expensive.
Confederate
Statues,
general
stuff.
statues made of trash.
It's fucking artificially expensive.
That's
Money is a
upcycling for
construct.
you. We saw some fish statues at the beach made out of trash. Poignant, but I was like,
I made
think
this
it's terrifying.
this statue of Robert E. Lee out of an old coffee can and egg crates.
just condoms. Yeah.
Is it fair to call people who fly a Confederate flag white trash?
Yeah,
It
I mean, just based on that one thing that you know
Yeah.
about them. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I haven't looked into it enough, but as far as I know, it really just boils down to the rights to own slaves. Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
That's
Like-
no, that is what it boils down
People
to.
say no, it's about all these other freedoms and all these other
Well,
things.
no,
It's like,
when
was the
you
freedom
say-
to own slaves?
When you say it was like, oh well, it's it was about slavery, they'll say no, it's about states' rights, and then they'll
It's
full
not.
stop
States'
right
But
there.
it's
rights
not.
But they
to
don't. No,
own-
that's it. They won't say anything else
Okay,
after
yeah.
that. Just no, it's about states' rights.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Own slaves.
Yeah.
To own slaves, yeah.
yeah, but the
My biggest thing is they lost.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're so proud to be the losers. They
Well,
were voted not American.
what I
right?
just
they got
find,
those 3 X's on America's
it's
talent.
really ironic that the people who are like, if you don't like America, you can get the fuck out. Will fly a flag that
Yeah.
traitors flow.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
traitor
flow. Yeah,
flag.
like
Yeah,
it's
The
what?
ones that were trying to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Like, are you what?
Yeah, I know.
No, I find it ironic. The most hyper patriotic people are like, oh yeah, the Confederate flag, that's fine. It's part of our. No, it's a traitor's rag.
Yep.
What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah.
But you know, what are you gonna do?
Well, I think that's about it, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
On that
Uh,
note,
On
Less
that note,
Confederate flags,
See
more
ya.
truck nuts.
the South will rise again.
Educate your mind. Don't let the brain cells die. Come on, it's balcony time.